All right, everyone. Hello and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I am one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. So, this is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, keep in mind your boundaries. Notice where you're ready to extend into postures, where do you need to modify and come down to the mat, or perhaps just find a center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel ready, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. Our legs can be crossed or straight out in front of us. We're going to root into the sits bones, and you can be on a block. I'm sitting on a block here, or another prop, or just down on the mat. Good. And then we'll lengthen through the spine here. We'll inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up, and exhale as we drop them back and down. One more time. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up, and exhale, they drop back and down. Great work. Bring your hands into a comfortable position, whether on your knees, palms up or down, or in your lap, whatever feels most comfortable for you. You can keep the eyes open, finding an unmoving point and softening the gaze, or you can close your eyes altogether. It's whatever you prefer. This year, inspiration for our classes was drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sun Bear's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. As we prepare to leave the elk phase of the year, now is the time to discover what you truly know, how best to share it with others, and what direction you want to aim for in your life. Approaching a new year with this sense of understanding and clarity will aid you as you move through another year of life. As you pursue your goals, you now know how to make choices that support you and others in the process. You have the energy, stamina you need to reach your goals. Now, all that's left to do is to pursue them. Today, as you move through your practice, envision the aim of your life. Allow it to sit in your mind's eye as you move through practice. Then carry it off the mat and allow it to guide you in your everyday life. So, centering in, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you fill the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another inhale as you feel your belly expand outward and fill completely full of air. And then exhale that breath out as you draw the belly button in toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in the nose, down the throat, filling the lungs. And then exhale as you draw that air out of the lungs, up the throat, and out the nose. Continue to breathe intentionally here, inhaling and exhaling, noticing that movement of the breath. And if your mind wanders off, gets caught up in a thinking adventure, celebrate the moment that you've noticed that, and then come back to the breath. Come back to focusing on the inhales and the exhales. If it's helpful, perhaps incorporating a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, I am. Or inhale, I. Exhale, am. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. Take another breath here as you set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel the intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale your breath out. Set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely work. All right, if you're on a prop, go ahead and move that off to the side, out of the way, and let's come onto our hands and knees. So hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, tops of the feet come onto the floor. We're going to inhale as we sink the belly, lift the head and the hips coming into cow. And then exhale, press the mat away as we lift the back, sink the head and the hips coming into cat. Inhale into cow as that belly sags down and the gaze looks upward. And then exhale into cat as the shoulder blades separate and the spine reaches toward the sky. Inhale, nice deep cow here. Exhale, nice high cat. Maybe finding one or more 2 rounds here, keeping a gentle bend in your elbows. Try not to lock out the joints in any position here. Lovely. And then coming back into neutral when you're ready. On the next inhale, let's tuck the toes. And then on the exhale, let's lift the hips coming into our down dog. So sending the hips high, pressing into the hands and the feet. This may be the first down dog of our day or our weeks. Let's walk out our dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of the legs here. Let's take a nice deep inhale as we do. And then a nice deep exhale. A nice deep inhale. And then a nice deep exhale. Good. Continue to pedal out those feet. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, come into stillness. Find that good down dog. So arms are strong. All 10 pads of the fingers gently grip the mat. Head between arms, gaze toward the toes. Shrug your shoulders down onto your back. Press into the hands, moving the chest toward the thighs. Heels reach toward the floor, even if they do not touch. That's okay. It's just the direction that we're going for here today. Good. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. One more deep inhale. Exhale that breath out. Good. On the next inhale, sweep your right leg tall, flex the foot, press through the heel, three-legged dog. So no matter how high your right leg goes, whether it's a couple inches or it's all the way up in the air, flex that foot, really reach through the heel. Continue to press the chest toward that left thigh so you feel that nice deep stretch in the back of the leg. Good. Nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, bend the knee, look up between your hands, like step that right foot forward up between the hands here. Good. Drop that back knee down, untuck the toes, and then inhale right into your low lunge. So checking in with alignment, your ankle is in line with your knee, creating this nice 90-degree angle in the knee. That's going to protect that knee joint. We're sinking the hips down, feeling this beautiful stretch through the inside of our left hip flexor here. Great work. Good. Take a couple deep breaths here. Hands can be on the thigh like mine are, down at your sides, or if you'd like, more engaged here. Inhale, the arms are up overhead. Ears are between the biceps. Palms are facing inward. Fingers are engaged. Good. Wherever you find yourself breathing. Excellent work. Inhale, hands come down to either side of that front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg. Turn your back heel down so the toes are now pointing toward your left side and rotate your right toes so they're also pointing toward the right side or left side here. Now sink down as far as you can coming into speed skater stretch. So maybe that's just a hover and you use the hands or even a prop like your blocks for support here. Options. Otherwise, you can sink down here. We're feeling that nice deep stretch to the inside of that left leg. Now, the option here is to turn those left toes toward the sky, sit up nice and tall. Hands can be at the heart center here, or if you'd like to go for a bind, we're going to take our right arm, sweep it around that right knee, and then take the left arm, sweep it around to meet. The fingers are going to touch around that right hip there. Yeah, it's kind of where the leg and the hip are creasing. Good. You're bent forward slightly, but see if you can lift that torso. Ooh, we're feeling that stretch to the inside of the left leg and we're breathing. Great work. Let's release those hands here. Plant this right hand down by your hip and then sweep that left arm up and over for a nice little side body stretch, trying to lift through those ribs away from the body, really planting into that right hand, but keeping that right elbow slightly bent. Deep breath here. Great. Bring that left arm down, plant the hands, lift up, bringing both feet onto the floor. And then we're just going to slowly transition in that low squat to the other side. Nice work. So now we're in a nice deep bend on this opposite side. Again, maybe you're in a hover and maybe you're using some blocks for support here. Great options. Okay. If you're sinking down with me, noticing that deep stretch to the inside of that leg, and then perhaps turning the toes up if that's accessible. It's an option, it's not a requirement. Once again, hands can come to heart center, great option. Or you can take this left arm this time, sweep it around, watching out for your props, around behind that left leg, and then sweep the right arm around to meet it. Those fingers come to touch or to bind right by that hip crease there. I'm leaning forward slightly here, but see if you can lift the torso. Let's take a couple deep breaths together, really noticing that stretch to the inside of that right leg this time. Really nice work here. Good. Release those hands if you're in the bind. Plant that left hand down by your hip. Sweep that right arm up and over, reaching. Nice full side body stretch, lifting through those right ribs there. Couple breaths. And then inhale, top hand comes down to the mat here. Go ahead and shift your back toes down, coming onto the ball of that foot, and then coming back. So you're now facing the back of your mat. You can always rotate back to the top if that makes more sense for you. And then drop that back knee right down, untuck the toes, and then inhale right into that low lunge, opposite side. So again, check in with your alignment. Ankle and knee are in line with one another. Nice 90-degree angle here. We're sinking our hips down, feeling that beautiful opening in the right hip flexor. Find the spot for your hands that makes the most sense. Maybe it's on the thigh, down at the sides, or perhaps up and overhead. Notice where you'd like to be today. Let's take a couple breaths together. Great work. Hands come down to either side of that front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, step back right into your three-legged dog. So sweep that left leg tall this time. Flex through the foot, press through the heel. Press into the hands, moving the chest toward your right thigh. And again, no matter how high your leg goes, it doesn't really matter as long as you're feeling that stretch of the back of that right leg and you're really energetically reaching through the heel here, challenging your balance at the same time. Inhale. Exhale, drop that foot down to the mat. Even out in down dog, maybe wiggle the knees, wiggle the hips back and forth here. Good. Let's come back into down dog. Take one really nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, let's come into our plank position. So hands beneath the shoulders, balls of the feet are beneath the heels. Your one long line from shoulders to heels, core is engaged. You can always drop the knee and untuck the toes here for your modification. Good. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, bend at the elbows, tuck them into the sides, lower all the way down to the mat here. Great work. And untuck the toes. Good. We're going to inhale, come right into a Sphinx pose. So plant the forearms on the mat, elbows are beneath the shoulders. Gaze and chest are forward and proud here. We're feeling that nice decompression in the low spine. And if you're clenching your glutes, see if you can release them, allowing the pelvis to press down into the mat. Good. Deep breath. Excuse me. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, let's go ahead, come down to the mat, hands beneath the shoulders, press into the hands and knees, and then come right back into a child's pose. So sink the hips back onto the heels, elongate the arms, forehead comes down to the floor. Now, if your forehead does not reach the floor, you can always stack your forearms and place your forehead there on your fist, or even use a prop like a block to rest your forehead down. These are all really great options. Notice what works for you here today. And as you sit in your or in your child's pose here, take a couple moments, couple breaths, noticing what is present. Lovely. And then inhale, let's go ahead and come up onto the hands and knees. We're lowering down onto our bellies once again, getting a nice little arm stretch and twist in here today. So making sure your props are out of your way here. Okay. We're going to start by bringing our left cheek down to the mat, arms come out to a T. Now we're going to take our right hand and plant it on the mat right beneath the shoulder so your elbow is sticking in the air. We're going to bend our right knee so the foot sticks in the air. Now that left arm is still out at a T. Leave it right where it is, but roll onto your left side. Bring your right foot to the outside of that left leg and plant it on the mat so the knee sticks up in the air. Right hand remains on the floor and head remains down on the mat. We're an 8-point shoulder stretch. So we're doing a couple things. We're getting a really nice stretch through our left shoulder here. If you're feeling any kind of pain or discomfort that's beyond that stretch pain, move that arm, adjust it. You can kind of heel, finger it around until you find that position where it feels a bit more comfortable. We don't want to be hurting ourselves here. And then we're also getting a really nice twist through our spine. Now, if you want a deeper twist, allow that knee to fall open further behind you. And if you want less of a twist, close it down toward the mat. All of these are going to help you get deeper or not so deep into the position. Last option, this hand can stay where it is for support, or bring that right hand around behind you and tuck it along the low back. This is a very gentle top shoulder opener. It's an option. It's certainly not a requirement. Noticing what feels right for you, and let's breathe here. Great work. Let's go ahead and release. Come rolling right back onto your belly here. And then switching sides, I'm going to stay right where I am so you can see this opposite position, opposite side. So arms are out at a T, right cheek is down on the mat. Bring your left hand beneath the shoulder so the left elbow sticks up in the air. Bend the left knee so the left foot is up in the air. And then on the exhale, roll onto the right side. Bring that left foot down to the opposite side of that right leg. So now you see what it looks like from the back here. So again, you can move that arm around until it feels the most comfortable, but you're also getting that nice stretch here. No pain that's going to send you to the doctor today. Now, if you want a deeper twist through your spine, you're going to open that knee either up behind you, or for less, you're going to close it down toward the mat. Notice where you're at here today and see if you can plant that foot firmly on the mat. Final option, your left hand can remain on the mat in front of you, or you can reach it around and slide it along the low back here. Notice what feels right for you in this 8-point shoulder stretch on the opposite side. And let's take a couple deep breaths here together. All right, when you're ready, inhale. Let's go ahead and roll down onto our bellies once again. Bring those hands beneath the shoulders. Inhale, press on up onto your hands and knees. And we're actually going to make our way all the way onto our back. So you can grab a drink of water, towel off, put on socks or a jacket for this final part of practice. We will not sit up again, okay? So let's go ahead and come down onto your back. Tuck your knees into your chest here. Wrap your arms around your knees for just a moment, giving yourself a little squeeze. Excuse me, maybe rocking from side to side, little roly-poly action here if that feels good for you. Great. And then when you feel ready, coming into that reclined position here, dropping those feet down to the mat and getting ready for fun and relaxation. So we've got lots of options. Your soles of your feet can rest right here beneath the knees. This is great if you have tension in the low back or the hips. You're welcome to allow those knees to fall open wide, soles of the feet to come together for reclined bound angle. This is a beautiful hip opener. You're going to get a little bit of a stretch and relaxation at the same time. Great option. You can extend one leg or the other for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs here and allow them to roll open for more traditional finer relaxation. Notice, where do your hands want to be? There's no wrong answer here. It's whatever feels good for your body. The other options are to roll onto your side, hand, or prop beneath the head, lay on, or even lay on your belly. Notice what feels right. Or you can also just come right back into a seated position if you want to treat this like a final meditation. It's up to you. So as you find that position that feels right, settling in here. And we're no longer controlling the breath, but now we're just noticing it. Notice how fast or slow the breath has become, how deep or shallow. Noticing the quality of each breath on your inhales, the quality of each breath on your exhales. Feeling into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Just noticing sensation of the air as it moves in and out of the nostrils, up and down the throat. Once again, if you find your mind wants to go off on a thinking adventure, the moment that you've noticed you've gone away, celebrate that. That's mindfulness. You did it. And then come back to the breath, come back to focusing on the inhales and the exhales. Now, if it feels right for you, you can come back to the mantra. Inhale, I am. Exhale, I am. Or inhale, I. Exhale, am. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I'm watching the time. I respect yours, and I will be sure to let you out of this pose before the end of our practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here. When we see a red light or stop sign, we can smile and say thank you because it's helping us reconnect with ourselves in the present moment. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Move the arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side and pausing there for a moment with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and mind, and make your way on up into a seated position as we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, grounding into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up, and then we exhale as we drop them back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on your knees, palms up or down, in your lap or at heart center. Closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thanks so much for practicing with me here today, everyone. It's a joy and an honor to lead you through this practice. You can find me on YouTube at Wild Blue Yonder Media. So make sure to like and subscribe, tune in, tell your friends, and leave a comment if you enjoyed this practice. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to practicing with you next time. Bye.